Webb in the 55. Into the picture. Pushed by Casey Mears. Kenseth with Harvick behind him. Oh, there's contact. Stewart into the middle of the pack and over.
Caution's out.
The demolished remains of all 25 cars involved in this wreck is the perfect visual representation of how the majority of the fandom perceived the Cart Before the Ponies. One big pile of junk. If you've seen my review of the episode, you already know how I feel about it, but if you haven't, it's linked down in the description. The only thing that's different is I've changed this rating from a yellow flag to a red flag simply because I was way too nice in my original review. However, I've been tinkering with some ideas on how differently the episode could have gone, though I'd like to stress that I don't believe that just because I'm a racing fan I automatically know how to improve the episode. Heck, my idea may be worse to some of you, but I'm more curious to see what ideas others have come up with. Anyway, without further ado, here's my idea on how to repair the Cart Before the Ponies. A few things I would like to keep in the episode is the prospect of the school kids and an older sibling or a parent helping them build a cart. And the only other thing I would keep is the ribbons for fastest, most creative, and most traditional cart. I mean, we gotta have some awards, right? But what would be different? First off, don't show the cart building scenes. They can just be mentioned in passing, and unless they can be told with really good jokes, even I wouldn't be too interested in watching that. Heck, I don't even care when NASCAR teams post time-lapse videos of them putting car wraps on their cars. Secondly, change the Applewood Derby to a qualifying race while still rewarding the 3 ribbons. I think the Applewood Derby could and should be spread around to different schools across Equestria to really show how much it impacts different families in the country. Then, take the top 5 finishers from Ponyville School and then the top 5 finishers of 4 different schools and pit them together in a 25 cart race for an Applewood Derby championship at a predetermined track, which no school actually races on. And one I have in mind would be the MLP equivalent to Watkins Glen International Raceway, which would be Trotkins Glen Raceway in either Philadelphia or Baltimore, to also give us a new location which we've never seen before. Third, make the traditional carts actually competitive. A traditional looking cart could still potentially beat out the fastest cart, because a quote made famous by the late great Dale Earnhardt said, "The winner isn't necessarily the fastest, but the one who refuses to lose the most." Again, I'm not saying a traditional looking cart should win, but it should at least be in the realm of possibility. Fourth, start out the episode with the Crusaders, their sisters, and the other 2 school kids that rounded out the top 5 finishers of the Ponyville Derby. This is where the characters could state how fun it was to build the carts together, and with this direction, we'd actually get more racing to show that also goes with the plot. I'm really just aiming for a racing episode that's equal parts story and equal parts racing. Fifth, and perhaps the biggest change, is make the conflict solely between Rainbow Dash and Scootaloo. I didn't state it in my review of Cart Before the Ponies, but it actually irked me a little that Rainbow happened to be good at kart racing too. Look, we all know Rainbow is a phenomenal athlete, but I want at least one sport that she's not good at, and kart racing could be perfect for that. While racing is physical as well as hand-foot-eye coordination demanding, it's a very consistent sport. In racing, you have to hit your marks perfect each time to have a remote chance at winning. It's not like football, soccer, or hockey when you can just change different plays depending on the other team. I just think kart racing could be a sport, if not the only sport that Rainbow isn't good at. Just imagine in her flashback if she either crashed her cart relatively early in her race or she finished dead last, though Scootaloo still just wants to take the opportunity to bond with Rainbow like the whole derby is meant to be about. Flash forward to when the episode takes place and Scootaloo is actually extremely good at kart racing and wins the Ponyville Applewood Derby, so when the gang arrives at Trotkins Glen Raceway, the memory of losing poorly subconsciously begins to eat at Rainbow to the point where she keeps Scootaloo away from everyone, even Sweetie Belle and Apple Bloom, and pretty much runs Scootaloo ragged, practicing over and over again to the point where she's so exhausted that she wrecks her cart in qualifying for the championship race, and Rainbow blurts out something like, "Weren't you paying attention during practice? Now my chance to be in victory lane is shot in the hoof." Then Scootaloo yells at her, reminding Rainbow that the race is just a competition meant to bring ponies and their families from all across Equestria together for a fun race to show off their design and racing skills, not to treat it like a career-making or ending competition. And then she could cap it off with saying something like, "But if all you care about is making yourself feel better because you lost your derby race and not taking the chance to have fun and spend time with me or your other friends, then you can race." And then maybe we could have Scootaloo threaten to go home or run off crying. And then a few professional kart racers can step forward and put Rainbow in her place, telling her that even in their heated competitions, they save time to hang out and enjoy bonding over something they're passionate about. It's more fun to pause once in a while to relax with your racing friends or even rivals because that's what makes competition special, getting to share it with those who love it as much as you. And if all you care about is competition and winning and making yourself feel good and never finding time to slow down, you won't have anyone to enjoy it with. Plus, Rainbow can learn a valuable lesson that a lot of parents could use to not live through your kids or ride on their success like a lot of football parents do. Don't use your kids' success to make yourself feel better. Of course, then Rainbow sees the light and apologizes to Scootaloo for ruining their bonding time and not being a good buddy to her, and that if she gives her another chance, Rainbow will be happy to help fix the cart and be the good buddy she was supposed to be. Scootaloo accepts Rainbow's apology, they fix her cart, and Scootaloo finishes second in the race to Rumble, one of the other Ponyville students in the race, and then Rainbow tells Scootaloo she's proud of her hard work and good sportsmanship by giving her a huge hug. Plus, as an added bonus, I would want the professional racers to be voiced by NASCAR drivers Jeff Gordon, Tony Stewart, and Kurt Busch just to add a little more realism to the episode. And that's how I would repair the Cart Before the Ponies. What do you guys think? Do you think it would be better, or do you think my idea is even worse than what we got in the actual episode? How would you fix it? I'm Mr. Left Turn. I'll see you when I get back from the track.